So, I have decided to do this video thing for the project, but I'd like to apologize for a few things first. First of all, I really am not sure how to use this app I'm using to make this, because all the videos I made pertaining to this kind of stuff is on a computer at my old school, which I knew how to use very well. So I really don't know how this will be, or the editing, or how great it will be, or whatever. But I'd like to apologize for that. And also, the other members of my group have things to do, or they just couldn't be here for some reason, so I will be the only one doing this. And I decided to just do the video that shows and explain the different examples of the first 10 amendments, and yeah, I'll try to make it as creative as possible, so I hope you enjoy the outcome, because I really have no idea what I'm going to do yet, but I guess we will find out now. In honor of Mr. Anderson, while I figure out what I'm going to do, here's just a little bit of that song that we listened to earlier, so enjoy.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common.
As you can see, that was nothing to do with the first 10 amendments at all, but anyways, the first one is pretty much, well, it's freedom of speech and religion and press and stuff like that. So anyways, freedom of speech, you can go and say whatever you want. You can have your opinion, pretty much. You can express your opinion. You can say whatever you want. Freedom of religion, I can have this. Ew. There we go. I can have this. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I can believe what I want to believe. And people can't just, make me believe a certain religion that they think's what's right. And I can believe what I want and have a Bible. And yeah, that's the first one. Okay, the Second Amendment states that you have the right to bear arms. And no, that does not mean bear arms. That's not what it means. You have the right to own guns. Something about a militia too. But for my example, you have the right to bear arms, and yeah, that means I can have this because the Second Amendment says I can have it. And yeah, I don't know why anybody would need this humongous gun, but I guess if it suits your fancy, then you can go get you one, because the Second Amendment says you can have one. But I'm scared of this thing. Theodore is probably scared of this thing. I don't know, but I do not agree people using those to go shoot Bambis and stuff. I almost hate that as much as I hate recycling. So no. And yes, to all you very observant people out there watching my wonderful video that y'all love so much, I am the kid in the background picture, since y'all were all wondering. And yeah, that's me, my brother. And yes, I was the most adorable kid you'll ever see. Thank you for noticing.
Get out of here! Get out of here right now! I'm moving in this house! Get out! Get out! This is gonna be my room! My room! You get out of here!
You can't quarter troops. That's the Third Amendment. Saying they can't, stay at your house or blah, blah. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. It's just a law or an amendment, and you can't do it. Just don't quarter troops. I mean, just don't do it. It's not right, and it's...
I need to come in and search your house. I heard you stole some things from Walmart, and I need to come in and search.
Well, that might be true, but you don't have a warrant, so get out of my house.
I don't have a warrant.
The Fourth Amendment says that there shall be no unreasonable search or seizure, which means people can't just come search a house if they hear something like some crime scene, unless they have a warrant. So if somebody ever comes to your house and tries to search through it, be like, let me see your warrant, because they don't got a warrant, they're not supposed to come in. So yeah, that's the Fourth Amendment, and this video is already 5 minutes long. So the Fifth Amendment pretty much says, you can't be tried twice for the same thing, and that you don't have to like confess to a crime unless like a jury's present and stuff like that. The 6th and 7th Amendments sort of go hand in hand with each other. I think it's like trial by jury is the 6th one. Like you have the right to go to court and to have like a defense team and like all that, and you know, the people that accuse you of something has to go up on the stand, and you know, and all that. That's pretty much just what that's saying. You have the right to that. And the 7th one is like for common law. And the only thing I really know about common law is like if you've been like say married for 7 years and there's like a common law marriage, common law or something like that, and then if you go to court, like you have right to like half of the stuff or something. I'm not totally sure. I looked it up and I still didn't really understand that well, but I feel like it sort of ties hand in hand with each other. So that's pretty much what I know. And yeah. So pretty much when I think about, you know, court stuff and all that, like stuff pertaining to that, I think of Washington, D.C. So I just added a couple pictures in from a trip that I took in 8th grade to Washington, D.C. They really have nothing to do with this, but I just think they're really pretty, and it just reminds me of court and stuff like that, because Washington, D.C. is like, you know, all high up in that kind of stuff, and or I think. So, I don't know, I just thought it looked cool and kind of went with what we were talking about, sort of, but yeah, they're kind of pretty, I guess. The 8th Amendment pretty much says, like, there's no cruel and unusual punishment. In these pictures above, you can see waterboarding, which I find very cruel and unusual. I mean, I guess in some, like, certain situations, it's appropriate to try to get, like, something out of somebody, like, some information, but I find this very cruel and unusual. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 9th and 10th one together, because I've already made this video super long, and it's pretty dumb, but anyways, the 9th Amendment is pretty much like, well, this is what my version of it is, like, they're, like, implied rights that aren't, specifically listed in the Constitution, but that we should just, you know, like, they're not specifically written out, but they're implied, like, we should know, like, yeah, anyways, okay, I don't know if y'all could hear that, but my mom's, like, can't reach the top shelf, and she's, like, struggling right now, okay, anyways, the 10th one, in my words, pretty much say that, the states have the rights to make decisions that aren't spelled out by the federal government, so pretty much, like, for instance, before gay marriage was, like, legalized over everywhere, like, the states had the right to choose whether they, like, agreed with it or not, they could do it or not. So pretty much the states, yeah, like I said, have the rights to make decisions that aren't, like, the federal government hasn't, like, you know, made themselves. So, yeah. Alright, so that's the end of my video, and thank you guys for bearing with me. I still don't really know how I'm going to finish editing all this, and I'm sorry because I had to do this. I literally did this in like an hour and 30 minutes, so it's probably not the best it could have been, but I kind of waited to the last minute like usual. So yeah, I hope this benefits you in some way in life. Maybe you learned something from me. I doubt that, but
okay, marry well, get a good education where you can take care of yourself, because you know it's too hard working, you know, 12-hour days. It's just too hard.
That's why I had to kind of cut short my last little few minutes, because he was lecturing me. So if there's anything you didn't learn from this, I hope that like benefits you some way too, because if you don't know the 10 Amendments, then your education's just worthless. Just remember that. That's all you need to know. And thank you to Mr. Anderson for giving me the weekend, excuse me, to finish this. If it wasn't for you, I would probably have felt this. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I hope you liked it. I tried, okay, and yeah, that's all. Thanks. Mwah.